Good morning, friends. It's your pal Bill Savely with Savage's Disc Golf, back with another video. I haven't played since I played in the league on Thursday night. Obviously, if you're watching this channel, you are aware of my goals, and if you aren't, I'll establish them again. My goal is to shoot at least 8 under every time we play in the league. I feel that's a number that I can hit consistently if I'm on my game, if I focus, if I'm hitting my lines. I am very confident in my skill level now and the difficulty of that course. It's a shorter one, that I should be able to shoot -8. Well, I didn't. I had an amazing card as usual. I've been very blessed with having wonderful card mates. Great guys, super supportive, super fun. But I shot -3. -3. I took 2 bogeys. I try not to take any bogeys at all, but if we play hole number 7, hole number 7 has been my nemesis. Because you, as a right-handed, backhanded thrower, you legit have to either throw a wicked forehand and have it curve around the trees that are in front, or you have to throw a backhand on Anheuser and have it swoop around the trees. Or, if you're really good or lucky, depending on who you ask, in terms of what those results are, you can thread it through those trees and bring it down close enough to park your second shot and get your birdie. I mean, your par. Eesh. And unfortunately, I've had some trouble with hole number 7. Now, this time last year, 3 under par, I think I would have been super happy with it. This time, no, not so much. I only had 5 birdies, and then I took 2 bogeys. So the bogeys are what absolutely destroy you on this course. And I took a bogey on hole number 7, which is arguably the hardest hole on that course. And then I took a bogey on one of the holes that we make, hole number 1A. I threw my disc too far. I went right up against the tennis court fence, took my relief, and I had no second shot because it's all hedges. So I essentially had to either throw around the hedges or try to thread it through the hedges to try to save par, and that didn't work. So I ended up taking a bogey. So I'm going out to the course today, this morning, a little bit earlier before there's supposedly some rain coming. I'm just gonna play 9, and I'm gonna see how I do. I don't have any goal in mind. I just wanna throw the disc better. I wanna feel good throwing the discs. I think I will try some different shots. We'll see what happens. We moved our league to Wednesday night this week, so I've got a shorter amount of time to prepare for the league night. So it's on to Proxa we go. All right, folks. What I normally do when I come to the park pretty much is I'll just do some stretching and some warming up, but I normally just jump right into playing the actual course. Today is going to be different. I'm going to be doing some warm-ups, some stretches, and then I'm just going to throw all of my discs. I brought 12 of them today, and I'm going to go from putters up to drivers and just throw them in this field and see where I'm at before I start to play the 9-hole course. So let's do some warm-ups. You know, it's interesting. I got started in this sport later in life. I've always been a very active, very physically active person, exercising, working out, taking care of myself. But in reality, I'm gonna be 60 this summer. And I will tell you this, the body doesn't recover as quickly anymore once you start to get older. So you gotta take care of it. I was never really one for any kind of warm-up whatsoever. But I think it's very wise of me to start doing it now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start warming up more before my rounds, getting the body primed and ready to go so that I can operate at my optimal performance level. That's a good throw. Stay up, Stay up. Okay, I think we have a new champion. That Mamba, really nice flight. Okay, field session done. I threw all of my discs at least once. I got a bit of a nice warm up here there in throwing the disc and walking to get them, putting them back in the bag. So we're gonna start on hole number 1. We're gonna throw 2 discs, 2 off the top. So I'm gonna throw the Roadrunner, and then I'm gonna throw the Mamba. And off to the races we go. Right, here we go. 2 off the tee, number 1. Going with the Roadrunner and then on the Mamba. And yes, I'm still wearing the friction glove. I just like how it feels. It gives me some extra warmth. I can't stand when my hands are cold. So I don't know how long I'll be playing with this, because I'll usually go back to just the bare hand in the summer, but I don't know. Got a little bit of a headwind coming across this way. So is the Roadrunner the best disc choice for its understability? We're about to find out. Well, it made the gap. That's actually not too bad of a shot. But let's see if we can do better. That was pretty nose up. Mamba. Shorten that X step too, and that's what I'd like to work on, the X step, because I feel like I'm all over the place. I didn't hit any trees. Roadrunner landed here. The Mamba is probably about 30 feet behind it. This is actually the best spot I've been in a long time because of the view. I've got a wide open look at the basket. I'm gonna go with the Envy, which is a tick overstable because I've got that wind. I wanna send it to that tree that hugs the rock circle, and I want it to drop in. And I'm not gonna do a run up because I'm looking for a little more accuracy, reliability. I just wanna get it close so I can get this guaranteed birdie. And see, that's what I do. You see that? That's terrible. So I just completely eliminated myself from a guaranteed birdie because I didn't send it out far enough. So let's try that again. Go with the Watt. No, the Atom. So what happened was I released it too much on a hyzer. I didn't send it and let the disc do the work. So let's get this closer. Better, but still not where I wanted it to be. And that's still going to give me a bit of a challenging putt. Third disc in the series here, the Judge. I just want to give you an idea of how I play and how I take scoring right out of the equation for myself because I don't execute. That might be too far. And I hit the tree, of course, only because I can. The zone. It's going to be a little more overstable, so let's give it some anhyzer. And that's a terrible shot as well. Zone, an Atom. The Atom's actually not a bad shot to try to be able to make, but this is where we landed here. This was my real second shot with the Envy. So this is my putt for birdie, a makeable putt, but I'm in an absolute headwind. So I have to keep the disc down and I need to come into it this way. Nope. Wow. Player 2 always jams. Let's go back to that Judge approach that landed over here. Let's see if we can make that one. And that's the difference. I know I say it all the time, but that's the difference between scoring in the Glow League and not scoring in the Glow League. Setting yourself up, that second shot, that approach shot, absolutely ruined it for me. So while most of the good players are all going to be able to birdie this hole, some of them may even eagle depending on the drive. It's not that far of a hole. They set themselves up for that guaranteed birdie because it matters. You have to stack the birdies to take out the possibility that you're going to drop in case you do get a bogey. And we're starting off on even par, so I've got some ground to make up. Hole number 2, headwind. 214 feet, I'm throwing a Saint, which is a 9-speed. I mean, that's my arm strength.
A few moments later.
Always wait for pedestrians. They don't know the game. They don't know the angles. They don't know what's coming. I'd rather just wait than have to yell, "Look out," and have them be like, "Eh?" So we're going up over the top. This is the shot. Nice and easy, over the top. We're gonna get there. Oh, I tried to kill it.
A few moments later.
Too much. So let's try the bokeh up the gut. Because based on the shots that we have, we're at par. So I'm gonna try to thread the needle here between those two little trees and get it up close. And I'm in the circle. It's like, what? We're gonna have to really start speeding this up because even though it's overcast, it's still relatively nice outside temperature-wise, and the park is starting to fill up with people and their kids and their dogs and their strollers. So, save the par. That's the shot. That's the shot right there. You saw it? You saw it? I need to be more comfortable in throwing the low shots and just hitting the target, keeping it out of the air so that the wind doesn't take it. That shot was beautiful, and now I've guaranteed the par. And I've got the wind filter on the mic, so hopefully you don't hear the wind. It's actually pretty breezy out here. This is for the guaranteed par from that amazing upshot. This is where the bokeh landed, right here in circle, threaded through the trees. It skipped through this little guardian tree and I got lucky and it bounced here. But there's a guaranteed birdie. And that's the difference. Let's say you birdie hole number 1, you thread the needle like that, you get your birdie on hole number 2, 2 holes, you're 2 under. You're sitting pretty in this glow league, which is exactly where I always want to be. Sitting pretty. Hole number 3, 254 feet. A lot of times we've been playing the 3X, which is a combination of holes 3 and 4, but I'm just gonna play 3 today. I think with the way I'm throwing, the trail is gonna be too much of a disc. So I'm gonna throw the bokeh. I'm gonna throw the 7-speed. And again, the place is really starting to fill up now. Got a couple with a dog over here. I got a couple with a dog and a kid on a stroller there. Guy on the bridge with the dog. Do I take the chance and throw it? I don't want the disc to go over that way. So let's have some confidence in ourselves. Keep this low. The basket's over to the left. And of course I throw right towards where those people are. Again, if it's 3X, that's a beautiful shot, but we're playing 3, so let's throw another one. Something a little more stable in the Saint. And it's a 9-speed and not a 7. Let's see if we can get it down there closer to the basket. That's flirting with out of bounds. And it's out of bounds. Unbelievable. Valkyrie, something neutral. that's going to be the best shot. Oh boy. I think I'm barely in bounds and I almost hit the basket. As fate would have it, both the Saint and that sweet Valkyrie shot both went out of bounds. This is a course you cannot afford to go out of bounds on. But this was my first shot with the Boca. Again, I have a headwind. I'm at an uncomfortable distance for me. I need to make sure that I salvage the par. So just get it close. And that's up in the air. And see that? That's the problem. Why do I do that? Why don't I just keep it low and have it come in closer? Either way, we're still gonna make this putt because every day, in every way, we are getting better and better. Quick, name the movie. Before 179 feet, I waver between the envy and the judge. I think the envy gives me more skip because it's in the glow plastic, which is a little bit firmer, and the judge I have in the soft plastic, so it doesn't skip as much. But I like the bit of turn that I get with the envy. Shorten the stance here, thread that gap, keep it low, get it close. Don't try to kill it. Just like that, skip. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are parked. Serious. Look at this. This is where my shot ended up. This is how you start getting better in the league. Parked. That's a birdie. We're on hole number 5, and without looking at the scorecard, I think I'm 1 under so far. All pars and 1 birdie. So this is the test. Hole number 5. I'm having some trouble with this hole. It's probably the most beautiful looking hole at this course. And that's the gap you have to hit. You have to get it up because the basket is behind those trees there. If you don't clear these bushes in the distance, you are in trouble. Saint. Nice and easy. I just want to send it up and over. Up and over. Something nice and easy. Get it there. Get it done. And that's too far. That's too far left. That's been my tendency. Look at how terrible that is. I have to scramble now to get a par. I honestly don't understand what the deal is. So now's the time to do it, right? Practice. So I'm throwing for the first time on this hole, my Thunderbird 9502. I need that overstability that's going to get me that turn that I need, because now I'm throwing the disc better. That's a better shot. I went a little too far to the left, but not crazy to the right like the other one. So this actually gives me a look at a birdie. I'm probably gonna end up with a par. All right. This is a challenge. My disc landed here because I grip locked it and it went pretty far. I know basket's right there. So what do? Do I forehand it? Do I backhand it? I've got a little bit of wind here. Do I try to flex it? Oh yeah, we're right here. So let's do that. Let's flex it. Time to practice the forehand, y'all. Felt like a good shot. Good deal. Good deal, good deal. That scramble shot over the hedges with the atom was a little long, but that's gonna get me the par that I need. Remember, we threw the Firebird and this was the drive. So it's not within the circle, but we're less than 33 feet. So I'm thinking it is a circle. This is a make or break situation. This is what separates the guys who can score, continuously score, and do well and place higher in the league versus the people that don't. So a birdie here puts me in a good position. A par, I go nowhere. So it's time to make this putt. So that's a birdie on hole number 5. Crazy. Now, of course, we're not counting that Thunderbird because that was our second shot. The first shot was the Saint. We got a par with that. Wah, wah, wah. Hole number 6. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We just put it under the basket. Amazing kick. Wow, a shot that I thought was going to be bad because the wind started to take it. I skipped, hit this tree, and it rolled right here. Tap in for a birdie. Every now and then, the universe gives you a little something. I'm not going to say this is a good shot because obviously it's not, but it's good for this video because number 1, I'm not in a competition. Number 2, this is exactly where I was during league play. I hit this tree and I'm far. This is a par 3. I am still far from the basket. I've got a bit of a headwind. I thought maybe I'll grab the atom, but oh no, no, not with that wind. I'm gonna go with the zone. And the zone I usually throw forehand, but I can't flex it that way because of the trees. And I don't want to flex it this way and try to do one of these. I'm not that skilled yet. So the backhand is my only play. I have to get the distance, I have to keep it low, and I have to keep it from shooting too far to the left because I'm going to par this hole right now. All right, I gave myself a putt. It's not as close as I would like, but it's better than where I usually throw. Let's go. I hope I got that envy shot on the camera. The Valkyrie, or no, the Mamba. The Mamba roller landed here. So again, just keep it close. Give yourself an opportunity. Both of those shots, I don't take any damage. That's good. That's great. This was my zone though, and I didn't bring my putter, the judge. So obviously this is a gimme, this is a gimme. Neither one of these have a bead on them. They're not my putting putter. I can see it's right there in the bag. So this will be for par. Nice. Salvaged par on hole 7. That's what you got to do. Very, very, very difficult hole for me to birdie. I have birdied it, I think, once, but only once. And oh, how joyous that was. 2 holes left. Where are we going to finish? Hole number 8, we're going for reliability. Something kind of neutral. So we're going with a bokeh. We're going to thread it again like we did on hole number 2. Oh, those trees. Those trees. Perfect example of why we don't play hole number 8 usually during the league. Hole number 2's tee pad is right there. So I'm essentially kind of in somebody's line of fire. Should they send it too low and to the right, I'm gonna get nailed. So again, just put this close. Why do the run up? Do something that maybe makes you feel like it's a little more accurate. Send it out there. get it close, save the par, save the round. That's gonna be a tough putt. This is the putt we have to make to save par, right? But these are the putts that I'm making with more regularity because I've been practicing. So let's save the par. All right? One hole left. Are we gonna finish 1 under? Can we birdie hole number 9? Are we even 1 under? I don't know, I'm no good at math. Hole number 9, out of bounds on the left. You have 2 little guardian trees that they've put in, and then they've extended huge chicken wire fences. You see them nice and easy in the daytime, you don't see them at night. So the play is up and over towards the big tree, let it sink in. I'm going with the bokeh, something I feel more confident with. I just made it over that. I'm long. Let's make that putt, get that bird. Beautiful drive on hole number 9. I normally don't get that. Oh, somebody's sunglasses. Hello. But this is where I'm at. Beauteous. Some nights, this might even be a CTP. What a way to end. With a birdie. Birdie on 9. All right, let's talk about it. Not bad. We ended up 3 under par. I'll tell you why. No bogeys. I cannot stress how important it is to go bogey-free here at Proxa for the Glow League. Anytime. It's an advice for any round, really. Keep the bogeys away because the bogeys subtract. They subtract from your amazing score. Opportunities missed. Hole number 1. If that approach shot would have been better, I could have been 4 under. But then again, let's think about that amazing tree kick I got on hole number 6. It happens. Room to improve, but also -3 for the first 9 puts me at like maybe -6 for the round, which again is a great score. Discs that did well for me today, obviously the judge. Absolutely love this putting putter. And you can throw it too. I said it. The bokeh. The bokeh continues to be a reliable, safe, efficient workhorse in my bag. Hole number 9, that is the key, because if you look in the video again on hole number 9, I didn't try to kill it. I tried to be smooth and fluid. I tried to really get a snap on the wrist. I think I accomplished that. And this disc, a 7-speed, when I normally throw a 9 or a 10-speed on hole number 9, it actually passed the basket. It stayed in the circle, but I overshot the basket. Proof that technique and form are way better for you than how strong you think you are. So thank you, bokeh, for continuing to be good for me and to teach me. And I threw the forearm. For this, pretty well. I threw the forearm well on this 7, on hole number 7. And then what was the hole I threw this? Oh, hole number 5. I threw this on a backhand because remember, I had to take the par on 5 because I went too far with the right. But this gave me just enough overstability to carry over towards the basket. I'm glad I put it in the bag. 2 discs I didn't use at all. I did not throw the Virus. I threw it in warm up, but I just never saw the need to actually utilize this disc in this round. And the Hex. I keep it in my bag as like a just in case, but realistically, this course is so short that you don't need a mid-range. And I take that back, because if you're like one of those super amazing players that can whip a driver 450, maybe you can play this course in just a mid-range and a putter. Something straight and narrow like a Hex. But I never threw it, so maybe these discs come out of the bag for the next Glow. because I threw the Atom, I threw the Zone, I threw the Roadrunner, not often enough. I threw the Valkyrie, the Saint, the Trail, and the Mamba. So those will stay in the bag. Fun round, fun round. And I feel good. I got some decent sleep. I took some pre-workout before I came out, and my secret weapon. I took 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. And something I wanted to talk about here in the video. I really started to get down on myself for as sore I have been. For as sore as I have been, wow. And I keep attributing that to, well, the fact that I'm older now, getting older. And then I really started to think, you know, watching my form in the video that I did with Chris, my posture is terrible. My posture has been bad as long as I can remember. And I can remember my posture as far back as when I had the accident in, I believe, 1992. So my posture has been destroyed because of a serious injury in 1992. So then I started to think, hey, is this injury why I'm not better at disc golf? And I think today I proved that I do have a workaround. It's all form. I can have the bad posture that I have. My neck sticks forward, my head sticks forward more naturally. It's tough for me to like hold it back like this and keep my shoulders back. It puts a lot of pressure back there. But I proved today, I think, that there is a workaround. If I just concentrate on my form and I hit the lines and I play the angles and I attribute for the wind, all of those things. I did have some good shots out there. So I'm upbeat, I'm positive, I'm happy about this round. I'm glad I came out here to warm up. That's key. And I played well. 3 under, I'll take it for 9. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and keep going.